Metal Faithful. It is I, your mandated reporter, and frankly, I'm mortified, Mr. Mark Radulich. And tonight is a night, it's a beautiful night, to listen to some groove metal or some metalcore. This is the Metal Hammer of Doom, and on the agenda is from Texas, I believe, is where they're from.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So from San Antonio, Texas, the home of the late, great, well, he's not dead, Shawn Michaels. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Upon a Burning Body, and this is Southern Hostility. Of course, joining me, he's a bad motherfucker in his own right. Ladies and gentlemen, is the disapproving dad, Jesse Starcher. You ready to seek and strike?
Fuck hospitality, Mark Radulich.
Fuck it all.
Right in the old anal hole. Woo! Man, oh man! Well, I'm really excited to talk about this album, dude. This was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, did you know? Now, before I threw it on the old schedule, in the tomb, as it were, the tomb that Ronnie Adams got me, that we keep on the altar of sacrifice. Did you know anything about Upon a Burning Body?
No, I did not. We listened to BMF over the week with the Metal Hammer of Doom Extra, and I didn't even know these guys existed. So, brand new to the Upon a Burning Body scene.
Yep, I think as I recall, your first introduction to them was when we did the Metal Hammer of Doom Extra. And we took a look at the fresh. Take two. You can cut this. You can edit this all, right?
Yeah, it's going in the gag reel.
The Fresh Prince of San Antonio.
Yeah, buddy.
Bad motherfucker, BMF. We took a crack at that video on the Metal Hammer of Doom Extra and had quite the time, if I recall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these guys had obviously a tinge of humor, at least in that video. You said the most recent one, though, was not exactly the greatest video, especially for Metal Hammer of Doom Extra standards.
I fucking defy you to go and look at their video and tell me what there is to talk about other than it's Game Boy piss yellow colored.
Ridiculous.
And they're just standing around the drum set in a tight circle, jerking each other off. No, playing ye old metal. All right, so if you've been if you're a regular subscriber to the Radulich Broadcasting Network, you might have heard a degree of change in our setup, in our sound. I'm back home. I'm in the Radulich Broadcasting Network studio proper. We've got all the equipment hooked back in and tested and ready to go. So we're here on a special Thursday night episode of the Metal Hammer of Doom. Let's just do this shit, Jesse. How do you like that? What do you think about that?
Fuck hospitality. Let's get into it.
It's 10 album. It's 10
albums. We're going 10 albums tonight, ladies. Buckle up. How many albums?
We're with you all night long.
How many albums do they have? Do they have 10? No. I think they got like 6.
This would be their 5th studio album.
Fifth. Oh, okay.
It was released on June 7th by Seek and Strike. You know what that is?
No.
That is a Soulfly song.
Oh, I do enjoy the Soulfly, at least their most recent effort.
So, yeah, there's 10 tracks on here. The album clocks in at about 30 minutes, give or take a minute or so. We're going to play 9 of those tracks, because I'm not...
Yeah, it's first one.
The Southern Hostility, you just need to listen to the whole way through. It's a minute long. It's an introduction, but it's not really worth playing on here when I can only play a portion of the track. Hashtag fair use. There's no such thing as fair use.
Nothing's fair.
I have tried to apply fair use to what we do here, and the record companies have had a different philosophy on the matter.
Mm-hmm. Bastards.
So, all right. So here we go. We're breaking the rules and the law. This is it. Upon a Burning Body, Southern Hostility. We're going to kick this motherfucker off with a little bit of King of Diamonds.
It's fucking no man's land, so watch what you say. Choke on the violence you fed. No words are spoken, no room for debate. Just run straight through the ones that you hate.
All right. We kick things off live and heavy with King of Diamonds. What'd you think of that one?
Hot damn, dude. I mean, okay, so Southern Hostility brings us in, just like you said, with a little bit of an intro, which, starts off with fuck hospitality. We get right into the hostility. And boy, do these guys, in my opinion, this really, really set the tone for this album. I've said that on a lot of first tracks, but this got me going, and I was like, oh man, I have this really good feeling about this album just by the way it sounds. So it's heavy. It's probably, in my opinion, one of the better tracks off of here. If we're going to divide this in half, I guess, this is definitely top half off this album. And I think it's a great one to start us out there, full track-wise.
In the critical reception part of the Wikipedia page for Southern Hostility, Max Morin of Exclaim! Because there's an exclamation
Is there an
point.
exclamation point? Yeah, I figured.
Describes the album as about as back to roots as it gets, going on to say that the work sounds like a bunch of Pantera and Lamb of God fans playing in a backyard in 2010. And that was kind of when I was listening to it this morning, while I was driving, I'm like, wow, this sounds like somebody just picked up a Pantera cassette and was like, I could do this.
Yep. Yeah, I felt those southern roots of Pantera all over this. So I kind of identify and I kind of agree with what they're saying. But this is their fifth effort, and I think from that same article, I'm looking at it here on Exclaim, the website itself. He says that it might have been probably one of the better moves for this band to kind of go back to where they came from, because apparently it looks like some other bands were getting some flack with the mainstream metalcore scene. So I don't know, but to me, I'm all about the sound here from King of Diamonds. I mean, is there anything in that song that made you go, eh?
No, man. I was really happy with the first song. Look, we like our metal. Look, we like our pirate metal, and we like our hoot sweet.
Here comes Alfred. Cannot wait to talk about that album.
I'd like to show you my glory hammer, but you're gonna have to stand back. But if there's one thing I think we can all agree on is we like our metal aggressive, aggressive,
That's
and
right.
they definitely did that. So let's move it on here as we get closer and closer to my favorite song. I'll tell you what that is when we get there. You know the deal.
Kind of fucking obvious as soon as you hear the title.
You got it. Anyway, in the meantime, in between time, this here is All Pride, No Pain. No pain, baby, no gain. All pride, no pain.
I don't know how you cannot bang your head to that.
That's
I mean,
the shit
seriously,
right there.
dude.
That's
a
the
good one.
Shit.
Top, again, that right there is top 5 off this album as well. I really think the first 5 of this album are probably the best that we're going to get, and that one was no exception for sure. It's, I mean, like I said, headbanger. Dude, do you remember Throwdown, the band Throwdown? And we covered Intolerance. Boy, how long ago was that? 2014 had Intolerance. And I think we talked about that. I might have been a part of that show. Maybe not. But, well, I remember you and Coop definitely had a chance to talk about that. But 2009's Throwdown had an album called Deathless, which I thought was almost represented here in the same tone. Groove metal. I can feel that so much throughout All Pride, No Pain. And, I mean, yeah, another thumbs up for me. This is one of those bands, every time I come into something that I don't know, I don't know much about what's come before, I worry that, okay, they're going to really let me down here soon. I'm going to have a bad song at some point. So far, we're 2 for 2. Let's see if we can go 3 for 3.
Yeah, here's the problem. When we do like Damn You Hollywood, we talk about the craft of a movie. And to a degree, we talk about it here too. We tend to be a little bit more, it's story time with the two dads. But when we actually stay on track and like focus on the music, some albums lend us more to talk about craft-wise than others. This is one of those where I really like the album. I don't want to necessarily classify it as samey because that tends to be a pejorative. It's a negative. On the other hand, there's not a lot of craft to talk about here.
No,
it's kind of variations on the same punch you in the face theme. This is very like vulgar display of power, kind of in your face, kick in the dick. It's the sort of things that I love. But I love it, and I want more of it. Like I love it, but it's one of those where it's a mixed bag where it doesn't give me a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I only have really one complaint about this. Well, one that I can really hang my hat on, and that'll be later here as we get to it. But it's not really a complaint. It's just okay. Well, they went there. So we'll talk about that when we get to it. But yeah, so far, man, I'm like, all right, yeah, this is definitely one of the better albums so far that I've heard. So
yeah, it's worth doing. It's worth doing on the Metal Hammer of Doom.
Oh, absolutely, man. This feels like just it's bread and butter.
Bread and butter, bread and butter, bread and butter. All right. Speaking of bread and butter, here we go with our next song. This is From the Darkness.
Pray to God, I come from a darkness you'll never know, and I smell the fear inside your soul.
Who the fuck let Five Finger Death Punch in here? Oh my god. That song is badass, but it is. But if that just came on and I didn't know what it was, I would have bet at least one of my children's lives that was Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah, they've got some they got some aggression coursing through this song for sure. For sure. I can hear that. It's funny because what we've done so far is we're like, okay, that sounds like this metal band. That sounds like this metal band. As we get towards the end of the album, I'm going to point out another song that sounds like a different metal band. Now, that's not to say that that's bad. I think that these guys have their own aggressive sound, their own sound, but it's hard not to go and compare some of the stuff with what it quite clearly sounds like. But
Wicked, wow, happy face, nigga, never seen.
Whoa,
Wicked, take two. You'll cut that out, right?
Gag reel.
Wicked, wow, happy face, nigga, never seen me smile. Insane in the membrane.
Insane in the brain. So, From Darkness, I think, is my favorite track. I really do like this one.
No, your favorite track is the next one.
No, the next one is your favorite track, sir. I think I
feel like I speak for both of us.
Well, the next one is pretty
I'm like
good.
a terrible girlfriend, aren't I?
Oh, yeah. You got to like what I like. No, I don't. Yeah, you do. Okay.
You don't have a mind of your own. You have my mind. We share.
Yeah. But yeah, From Darkness, man. I really dig how, he sings the chorus and
I think both of us tend to like that oscillation between like the growly, screamy lyrics but a clean chorus.
Yeah. And it is in your face. I mean, my goodness.
You not only do you take a kick in the dick, but a kick in the face too on that one. You just that's all Roadhouse. Peter, we've gotten a lot of complaints about you kicking all over town. Roadhouse?
So this song, I mean, it's all about how this guy is just running this person he's talking to just completely down into the ground.
I'll tell you what the song is about.
Roadhouse?
Roadhouse?
Roadhouse? Roadhouse.
You ever see that episode of Family Guy?
Dude, I watched season 2 and season 1, I think.
Oh my god, you have so much to catch up on. You haven't seen the Bird is the Word episode then.
I haven't seen a lot.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's what we need to do. We need to just do a TV party on every season of Family Guy.
Oh, jeez. So,
I'll have the time coming up.
That show started in 2000. Was it 2000? 2001?
Something like that. And it took a break for a while. In fact, when it came back, they actually did a joke about that. They were like, we've been canceled. This is when they came back. They're like, we've been canceled. They're like, oh, but why? But for why? And because we have to make room for it. And he lists every show that's been canceled in between. And they're like, but is there any way we could come back? Well, I suppose if every single one of those shows doesn't work out, we might have a shot.
I remember it was right after my daughter was born. I got I think it was season 1 and season 2 from the library, sir. That's right. Got it from the library.
You and my wife are the only two people left on Earth that go to the library for digital media.
No way, sir. No way. Although, back then, that was a different story back then. Nowadays, I mean, yeah, you can freaking go to, I think it's on Netflix or Hulu, one or the other. So
it's definitely on Hulu because we watch it to go to sleep at night.
Oh, how am I not surprised?
Has everybody heard about the bird? That's my new
you guys
favorite
agree
thing,
with
Louis.
which episode, or do you guys just start a season and let it go? Or
she's usually asleep. So, well, for a while, all I was every night I was starting with that episode. Like, okay, for when we first got the Roku box and we got rid of the Frontier cable box.
Yeah.
I initially started with any one of the 3 Star Wars ones, and then I switched over to the Bird is the Word episode. A lot of times I'll put on any one of the Brian and Stewie focused ones where they go through time or something like that. I like those.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll just put on whatever Hulu picked for me because I'm so tired I don't care.
Just all I want to hear is Peter's sweet voice.
Yes, it seems today that all you see is crime, violence, and movies, and I'm out.
There need you to sleep. That's strange.
Pumpkin pie. That's it. Get him out of here.
Nothing but Family Guy references and foul language.
Dude, we have code in this house, and a lot of it is just copped right from Family Guy. Like if my wife says, "Peter, I have a mammogram in the morning," that means cut the shit.
Wonderful.
Yes, that's right out of the Bird is the Word episode.
Nice.
I can't. All right, last thing, and our audience is like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Oh, our audience was like, "What the fuck?" like 10 episodes ago. So don't worry.
10 years ago. But no, just real quick. Jed's listening to the new an Obituary album. How about that?
I didn't know that was out. I didn't know a new Obituary album was out.
I knew maybe an overstatement. It's an Obituary album.
I
don't
gotcha.
know which one.
All right.
Anyway, the very first time that aired, like when it was brand new, and they did the whole "Bird is the Word" bit, my wife just looked at me and she was like, "Holy shit! I married Peter Griffin." I'm like a not mentally retarded Peter Griffin. I get just obsessed with shit, and I do a lot of the stuff that he does. Like at one, like the whole mammogram thing came from like he was like singing it in bed. Like it started out as a whisper, and then he just kept going with it. And he turns the light on, and he's like on top of her, in her face, nose to nose, and he's like, "Everybody's heard about the bird," and she's like, "Peter, I have a mammogram in the morning."
There it is.
Just that dry fucking, I've had enough of you and your nonsense.
Your wife knows how to communicate with you.
Yeah.
That's good.
Everybody has their own language of love, Jesse Starcher.
That's right.
We all have our own love languages. Mine's Family Guy. All right. It's also mixed martial arts because right about now, the motherfucking champ, the champ is here. Champ is coming.
You found him. You better start running. The storm is coming. You better start running. The champ is coming. Fucking shit, so tell me what you're gonna be. There's only one way to the top, and that's through me. Show me what you got, 'cause I'm never gonna stop when I'm gunning for you. What you gonna do when the bell rings and they yell? You better start running. The storm is coming. You better start running. The champ is coming.
Oh shit! The champ
You better start running.
because the champ is coming. Oh my god! It makes me want to lose a lot of weight and fight somebody.
I knew that this was going to be the song.
Oh,
I
my
knew,
God.
like maybe 30 seconds into it, I was like, there's no doubt in my mind that Mark Radulich is picking this song on this album.
Dude, this just
as
had to
his
not
favorite.
be like hip shitting on a snare drum or like a piano solo. It just needed to be even approximating that. First of all, this is also very Five Finger Death Punchy. This is like old Five Finger Death Punch too.
Yeah.
This is like fucking Way of the Fist Five Finger Death Punch.
Mm-hmm.
But holy shit, yeah. The album peaks with that one, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's probably top 3 for me. I mean, like I said, I like From Darkness. This may be number 2. I really do. I mean, like I said, we're hitting the 4th song, not counting the intro, and all 4 of these songs have been really strong. And if you want to say this one peaks there, I'm not going to argue with you because I do think that the next song that we get is kind of a bit of a downturn, just because I don't know if you can follow this song with anything else. It's really tough to do, and it's so simple, but it's just like, I
Dude,
mean,
again, it's just all about aggression.
It is.
It's all about aggression and testosterone and toxic masculinity. You know, the 3 pillars of the Rattlevision Broadcasting Network. And
That's right, damn it. That is right.
Hi, Alexis. But no, but seriously,
Eye roll,
folks.
place eye roll here. That's what she's doing. Big old eye roll.
I said something to her on the Toy Story podcast, and she's like, "Don't make me have to take back my thoughts on mansplaining." Which I laughed at. We love Alexis here. Anyway, back to toxic masculinity. Yeah, man. Southern Hostility. The champ is coming. I mean, it's like if they're just like sitting around like watching MMA, and you know, it's just like we need a song that sums this up. How about the champ is coming?
Yeah, it's almost, I don't know if it's considered pandering, like where they're like, okay, well, we're going to write a walkout song for somebody, and somebody's going to pay us for this walkout song. Which, okay, fine. As long as it kicks some ass, go right ahead and do that. I'm not going to give them.
They wrote it for me or my son.
That's they are fans of the Rattlevision Broadcasting Network, and they knew, sir. They knew exactly.
How do we get on this guy's radar? And they didn't know that I was a huge fan of Bad Motherfucker, so
they had no idea.
Yeah, they had no idea. They were like, "How do we get this guy's attention? Because we need to get on the premier metal review podcast.
Premiere.
We need to get this guy. We need to get this guy talking about it. I don't know. What is he like? Shitty movies and The Wire, and he likes combat sports. Done. We got it.
Yep. We don't want anything too in depth. The lyrics don't have to be there because he's not a lyric guy. All right, we can do that. There it is. You better start running. The champ is coming.
Champ is here. All right, let's move on. This next one is called Burn. Remember when I said the album peaked with the last song?
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant it.
Yeah. I didn't think anything was going to change there, sir.
I mean, it's fine. Here's the problem, and this actually came up in the Toy Story podcast. Like, if you look at the movie in isolation, it's not that bad. It's better than a lot of the animated features out there. It's no Norm of the North.
Crickets.
But and when you look at it as a whole, as part of the franchise, it's very weak, and that's kind of what I think about this song. Like, by itself, it's fine. When you come off the last 4 songs, it's like, this is not as good.
No, it's not. I don't think that. I didn't think it would be easy to follow up The Champ is Coming, which is fine. I'll go ahead and read here from blabbermouth.net. Just a little paragraph here from Upon a Burning Body guitarist Ruben Alvarez states, "We simply felt it was time for a change. This new album is definitely a huge statement for us. It was time to reinvent ourselves and get back to our roots, pure heavy fucking metal. The energy of this album takes us back to our first 2, but with much more maturity. We worked for 2 months with Christopher Mora, the producer, and our younger brother, Thomas Alvarez, co-producer. We took influence from some of the greatest metal bands of all time, Pantera, Metallica, in order to fill a void that many people were craving and need. Once we finished tracking and putting the final touches, we realized we created an album that would change everything for us. This is what everyone has been waiting for, no gimmicks and just straight-in-your-face metal. So, yeah, like I mentioned before, seems to be this band trying to get back to where they came from. And I don't feel like there's any big missteps here so far. We're 6 tracks in. Everything feels pretty solid. I'm not crying about anything. There's nothing that seems to be just a complete black mark on the album. I mean, Mark, what are you thinking? I mean, I know we just said track 6 was, it's kind of hard to follow track 5, but it's.
But that's the thing. Like, track 6's biggest sin is that it's not as good as the awesome ones that came before it.
Yeah.
I'll forgive it for that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. All right, let's get to our next one here. Yeah. This is Reinventing the Steel. No, wait, that's Pantera. This is Reinventing Hatred. What does the angry metal guy think?
No, the angry metal guy. Well, in short, he gave the album 2 out of 5. All right?
Oh, fuck that guy.
Well, he's the angry metal guy. He can be upset. Let's take a look and see if he has anything.
Of course you defend him. You are the calming influence on me. You're like, now, let's not pee in everyone's mouth. It's your job on here, I guess.
Here we go. We'll read a few of these sentences here. It says, however, repetition is the downfall of Southern Hostility. While it is used well in the highlights, tracks such as The Champ Is Coming, Burn, and the Anthem of the Doomed, which we'll be getting to here in a few, are exercises in cringy lyrics and nauseating repetition. Similarly, although the Southern-inspired riffs are powerful, they can grow tiresome over the album's runtime. Runtime, dude, it's 30 minutes.
Yeah, calm. Like, I was with him up to that point. I'm listening to his criticism. I'm like, yeah, he's not that wrong.
It's 30 minutes long, which is kind of, really aside from the intro, not a single one of these, except for one song, goes over the 3-minute and 30-second mark. So, there's not a really... I don't think there's a bit to kind of stand on there in regards to runtime. I think, really, if you are going to be a band like this that might run possibly into the samey category, and it's going to feel a little repetitious, you want it short. You want it around 30 minutes. So it doesn't seem to weigh on the listener. If this was let's add another 10 songs and make this a 60-minute album, yeah, you could definitely use that as a criticism. But here, I enjoyed myself. And, dude, first time I listened to this album all the way through was today. I set it on repeat. I listened to it. 30 minutes is not a long time. So you could, I when I'm at work, I just binge this thing. I probably listened to the album at least 7 or 8 times.
Did you walk into your building just busting out The Champ Is Coming?
Oh, dude, I forgot my joke I was going to do. I was going to tell everybody to go stand in a doorway while we play this next track. Give it about 10 seconds and then walk through. But yeah, if I can listen to an album 7 or 8 times in a row, that means most likely the album is not samey. So, I'm not with old angry metal guy here in regards to that.
Yeah, agreed. All right, let's move. We got 3 left here. You know what? I think it's time for the ye old Metal Hammer of Doom medley.
Oh, bring it on.
Let's get this done. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Our last 3 tracks of the night are Never Alone, the Anthem of the Doomed, and Soul Searcher.
Reaching for a way out from inside your mind. You're running for your life. You're in over your head. Such a familiar feeling. The weight is holding you down. When will this suffering end? Never alone. Through the fight we are strong. Though we hurt from the dirt we rise. Never alone. We are trained through nightmares. The water has risen. The ocean has swallowed the land. Food grown from the suicide seed. Defeat to the mass. The sun has turned black. It's close to the end of days. Poison in the form of a pill to help tame the crime. Toxic waste consuming the air. Pollution by the ton. We have yet to unearth the existence of the planet. The land we inhabit. The world as we know it. This is the end of all the
All right, I'm going to go ahead and give this an A-.
Okay. All right.
I think we have a very strong side A, and a just kind of there. It felt very Motley Crue, girls, 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 kind of. Well, we have half an album, and the half an album are just filler. Like, it's not bad, it's just not great. Nothing really stands out about the last 5 tracks. Like, I can't even say, like, oh my god, this was the worst shit ever, and, like, complain about it. It's this. I actually really like Soul Searcher, and I like the chorus of the Anthem of the Doomed.
Yeah.
But it's like Burned, Reinventing Hatred, Never Alone, the Anthem of the Doomed, and Soul Searcher. are, again, just kind of guilty of just being there.
I wonder what, if you were a person putting an album together, would you do what they did here, first 4 strong tracks first, or would you have flipped it and let the best come at the end?
It would have been 10 tracks of The Champ Is Coming.
Well, this album's not samey at all.
Hang on. Let me do it.
Please. There we go. So, Never Alone and Soul Searcher are 2 songs that remind me of As I Lay Dying. Those 2 are probably the... I mentioned how there was a lot of that evident through here when we were talking in the chat, but I think it's those 2 songs really that stick out to me, make me go, oh, that is As I Lay Dying all over. Never Alone's a pretty positive song. The Anthem of the Doomed, this is the one I was saying earlier that, okay, if I want to pick on something, maybe I'll pick on that, because throughout most of this album, well, I say some of this album, there's a good bit of commentary about kind of what's going on out there in the world. And this feels like their environmental stance song. Because there's a lot of, if you look at the lyrics, they're talking about how there's toxic waste that hasn't been unearthed yet. The oceans are rising, Mark Radulich. Greed has poisoned our minds. The elite have overwhelming control. So, if I want to pick on anything, it'll probably be that. But regardless, I'm right there with you. This is one of those bittersweet things where I'm like, gosh, the lyrics are so ham-fisted, but then the song's great. I like listening to it.
So it's funny. I'm listening to you, but I'm also looking at my release radar on Spotify. I haven't checked it out in a while. Mm-hmm. One of the things they said is on my release radar, The Champ Is Coming by Upon a Burning Body.
Big fucking surprise. Boy, does Spotify know you. Wow.
Now I'm curious if there's a video for it.
Oh, dude, don't depress yourself, because most likely there's going to be one, and it's going to be just them not understanding the fact that they should really involve MMA somehow in the video. Instead, they're going to be sitting around in a field of flowers, braiding each other's hair. That'd be a fun one to talk about.
There's an Upon a Burning Body, The Champ Is Coming official stream. I don't think that's a video, though.
The fuck? Oh, you could probably it's probably an audio stream of some sort.
Yeah, it's still so image.
Yeah. Well, all right, for myself, yeah, this is going to make its way probably into the top half, which, by the way, Mark Radulich.
Oh, did you actually find the list finally?
I had to create the list. I don't have the list, so what we've got to do, I'm going to send this, we're not going to do this tonight, we'll do this and be prepared next week, because we have reached the halfway point of the year. This is the end of the 6th month of 2019, so we're going to add this to it, and all in all, from what I can see, I believe we've covered a total of 21 albums this year, 3 of which were, I say 21 albums, let's try that. We did 21 shows for the Metal Hammer of Doom, 3 of which were soundtrack / us just picking shit related. Like, we had the wrestling music one, we had Motley Crue, and the Dirt soundtrack, and then Judgment Night soundtrack. So, do you know what the most? Oh, I can't remember what the second column is. I think it's just the most downloaded one was so far for the Metal Hammer of Doom this year.
Well, last year it was probably fucking Metal Church, because who saw that coming?
Yeah. So far, for 2019, very recent show, Oakley Dokley Howdly Toodly has 97 downloads.
Podcoin.
Yeah.
Podcoin.
We're talking about that here in a few. Second to that, though, was the Judgment Night soundtrack show we did, which had 50.
Whoa. Turn me up.
Judgment Night!
Judgment Night! Judgment Night!
Everybody takes off running. So, yeah, aside from that, then, okay, 21 minus 3, 18 albums so far. So what me and you will do, here is the plan, okay? I will send you the list. You rate them as you see fit. Do not send me how you finished the rating, okay? I don't want to see it. Our next show, what we will do is we will take your rating and my rating. We'll put them together on all 18 albums, and we will come up with where the first half of the year of 2019 sits for the Metal Hammer of
I'm
Doom.
going to ascribe a letter grade to each number on a 6-sided die.
No, you're not going to do this by randomly picking shit. You have to rate them with numbers, sir. 1 to 18. 18 being the worst, 1 being the best. So you have to put in a little thought.
I have so much to do. I have nothing to
What?
do this
What do
week.
you have to do, sir?
Just
You're on
have-
vacation, aren't you?
Just have my immune system suppressed, that's all.
Oh, well, that's it. I don't know if this is going to... don't give yourself hives overthinking this, that's for sure. Just take it easy. But yeah, that'll be our plan. But anyway, I think this is going to end up in the top half for me. We've had a pretty strong running here the last few weeks of some albums that have really come out, and when we covered them, I was really surprised and impressed. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
I'm so excited.
And I just can't hide it.
We're about to lose control, and I think I like it.
Touch myself.
Ew.
Ew. All right, man. Well, I'm ready to get out of here if you are. Let's do plugs.
All right. So as we mentioned, we had to kind of rearrange the schedule just a touch. That's all right. So this week we did Upon a Burning Body. Next week we're going to show everyone our glory hammers, and then
Glory hammer.
And then while I'm in the hospital, getting the old CAR-T, actually I'll have just had it the day before, allegedly.
Oh, wow.
That's what they tell me. So on the night that we're supposed to cover this, let's see if I don't have a massive flu going on. And then we got the Texas Hippie Coalition on July 17th.
I cannot wait to listen to that Metal Hammer of Doom Extra again.
Which will be live from our sister studio in North Tampa, because I have to live with my in-laws for a month after I get out of the hospital.
Whew.
Another one coming at you live from our satellite studio, Sabaton, The Great War.
Oh, I cannot wait for that.
Then L7, Scatter the Rats! The Rats!
Over the dishes.
Rats! And then get your battleship chains, ladies and gentlemen. It's Volbeat. Rewind, respect, walk. No. Rewind, replay, and rebound your basketball.
Wonderful.
And then I'm back home. God damn it. I'm back home, in theory.
He's back!
And better than ever. Oh! I should be back in my actual house for this one. It'll be the Welcome Home show for the Metal Hammer of Doom. Be Slipknot. We are not your kind. We have new masks.
Beat me to it.
And then we close out August with a pair of fantastic shows. The art is Moida!
Moida!
It's Moida!
Moida.
And then Rage of Light.
All right.
All right. In the meantime, in between time, here's what we got going on for the month of July. Next week, we got The Secrets of Maria Hill. Hey, Maria, we can see your doodle. Robert, Winfrey, and I are going to review Jessica Jones Season 3, which I'm really enjoying, as a matter of fact.
I've got about 3 episodes in, so.
I like it. I like this season.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
And then it's Spider-Man week all week long, just in time for me to get admitted into the hospital, so those will be some fun shows. We got Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 4. Why are we starting with 4 instead of doing 1, 2, or 3? Because Nick Fury, that's why, bitches. Then we'll have a review of Spider-Man Far From Home on the day that I get CAR-T treatment, so that'll be fun.
No.
Let's see if I'm not delirious. And then maybe if Sean can make it, we'll do a non-trial for Spider-Man 3. We might even finally get around to that X-Men podcast I've been promising. And then it's Doom Patrol. Jesse Starcher on July 15th. I'll still be in the hospital more than likely, but that's all right. We'll have a Doom Patrol on source material. And then I won't be doing this show because I will have been in the hospital and not able to get to the movies. But Alexis Hana and Robert Winfrey will review Crawl because Florida, hurricanes, and alligators. That's why.
Gators, baby.
And then Jesse Starcher, I got you, babe.
Oh, good.
I got you for the next 2 weeks because we're going to have a TV party for Doom Patrol July 18th.
Yeah, buddy.
And then we got Cloak and Dagger, Shaquille O'Neal. No.
Oh, please. Are we doing the Shaquille O'Neal album? Oh, wait a second.
Hang on. I lost my place in the calendar. Stupid mouse. Cloak and Dagger, Shades of Grey. And then we got a Damn You Hollywood for the Lion King. Rawr.
Arr.
Arr. And then we got Jesse, Cloak and Dagger Season 2. Have you been watching it? I watched the first 2 episodes, and then I'm like, hey, wait a minute, I'm going to be home a lot. I'm going to just wait till then.
Yeah, I got there with you as well. We got about 2 episodes in. This is one of those shows that we've got to watch with Kira. So all 3 of us have to be present in order to try and watch this thing. At least that's the theory.
Yeah. So we got the Cloak and Dagger. And then we got DC Hanna-Barbera 3, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, if she could. And then possibly, maybe, if Sean is available, we'll do an on-trial for Pulp Fiction. And then the month of August, and then we'll wrap this up, we got Patsy Walker, a.k.a. Hellcat, hooked on a feline. You know, the comic everyone loves.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
We got a Damn You Hollywood for Hobbs and Shaw, which I have to drag my wife to because reasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need to make sure that you stay alive? Is that how it works?
Yeah, she has to make sure that I'm not like on ill hallucinogens.
Got it.
And then on the last day of Doctor Jail for me, assuming all goes well, the last day that I don't have to be watched 24 hours like a suicidal inmate.
Yeah.
Sean and I will be doing a TV party for Orange is the New Black.
Oh,
and
boy.
then
I might actually have some. I might throw you some commentary from my wife. She really got into that show.
Tell her she's invited on. It'll be fine.
Sure.
And then we got the Kitchen comic. We got the Kitchen Damn You Hollywood. And then we got it's SummerSlam weekend. The Podsmen, the 4 Podsmen.
Boy.
We get together to talk SummerSlam, NXT, whatever else is going on that weekend. And then we got Glow season 3 on a special Friday episode of TV Party Tonight. And then I got you, babe. I got you again.
Me.
We got Saga of the Swamp Thing. We got the Swamp Thing TV Party. That's you and me, kiddo.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got an on-trial for the Swamp Thing 1980 some-odd movie. And then finally, Chris Bailey. We got DC Universe, Last Sons.
Okay.
And then I got you again, babe.
Oh, boy.
I got you. It's a TV party tonight for Krypton, Season 2.
Wow, man, I got a lot of TV I got to watch. Damn.
Yeah, you do. And you don't even have the advantage like I got of being homebound.
Oh, I got to schedule all this shit around, like, free time that I have, which is, damn.
Look, just stop raising your children. You've got an older daughter. Let her do it.
I've tried. Just when you think you're out, they pull you back in with I need some chocolate milk.
And then that same week, we're recording something, but it won't air till the following week, so that's fine.
Okay.
You have
All
the
right.
schedule. I don't need to tell you what it is.
No, apparently, here's the mistake that I made over the last few days. I went into my Gmail on my phone. Apparently, I have not been getting notifications because I needed to re-sign into Gmail. Then you decided to change the schedule the next day, and I got notifications out my ass. My phone, I actually had to mute my phone. I've never had to go in and do not disturb and then make it so it does not vibrate. Because the vibrating got annoying. That's kind of crazy.
I went a little crazy.
You got it taken care of, though. So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
And most importantly, Pennyworth starts on Epix
Oh.
July 28th. Did you always wonder about the life and times of Alfred? Well, now you don't have to.
It's going to be like, I mean, I don't even want to talk about it. It's going to be.
You better watch it because I'm putting it on the calendar, baby doll.
I know. I'm apparently drafted for that one as well. Which, whatever, I'll give it a shot. It might be. I was really impressed with Krypton last year, so maybe it'll be one of those deals where I'll be like, oh, okay, well, this wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah, maybe it'll be better than Krypton.
And maybe Epix will actually go out of business and the channel will just disappear because I never knew it existed in the first place. Hell, I don't know.
All right, I want to go watch more of Jessica Jones.
Oh yes, put on yourself a little sleepy time Family Guy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, go give the Rattlich In Broadcasting Network Facebook page a like to stay up on top of all the great podcasts that we have to offer here. We are on all sorts of great podcast platforms, but if you don't have Podcoin, I don't know what you're doing. You're going to get paid to listen to podcasts. You download that app, check it out, and how can you not want to get paid by listening to podcasts? If you're like me, you have a bevy. That's right, a bevy of podcasts on your podcast player right now. You could get paid to listen to each and every single one of those. That's right. Go check out that app. It's Podcoin, and we definitely highly support anything that you can get paid for doing practically nothing. So check that out. I think that's it. I'm ready to get the hell out of here, Mark Rattlich. Sign us off, buddy.
This might be our shortest show yet. How about that shit? All right, folks. Just because it's short don't mean it can't fill you up.
My wife says, title of your sex tape.
Wah, wah, wah. Could well be safe and behave.